Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're brand new here, I'm Tim. I upload new videos every week all about running. Today, I'm taking a real close look at a brand new carbon-plated racing shoe by New Balance called their FuelCell RC Elite. I'm going to take these out for a run, but as soon as I get back, we'll take a very close look at them together to see if these are the racing shoes you've been looking for. So I'm really excited to bring this shoe here to you today. Seems like it's been a really long wait. Earlier this summer, New Balance introduced us to the FuelCell TC Elite, which is a training companion to this shoe. Now, as runners, we're not always the most patient of people when it comes to waiting for new shoe releases. So waiting a few months can seem like an eternity when we're excited about something new that's coming to the market. Now, in this case, I was okay with it taking a little extra time because it did give me a chance to save up for this shoe, primarily because it cost $225 US. Now, while that's pretty much on par or within the market range of some of the other competitors to this shoe, it's still a lot of cash. So now let's take a look and see what you're getting for that $225. So let's start by taking a close look at the upper. Now, I felt really locked in and secure. They did an awesome job with the comfort and the fit of the upper. It is a synthetic material. You can see it has tons of perforations throughout that toe box, and they extend all the way back to that heel collar of the shoe. It's got some plastic overlays on it, but they're very minimal other than just the New Balance logo. Not much more is there. This is a pretty stripped down, lightweight, ultra breathable upper that is super comfortable. I just think they did a terrific job. They do have a reinforced toe for durability reasons. And then as we work our way around to that collar of the shoe, as well as that heel tab, it's well padded. You know, it's a very traditional padding around that area. I felt very comfortable in the shoe that way. And with that heel tab, you know, they have a slight Achilles heel flare. I do like that. I did enjoy that feeling in the shoe. It just added to the comfort of it. And now let's take a look at the Eyelet Chain. And they have a very nice eyelet chain that's got some plastic overlays, as well as, and you can see underneath the cage where they have some reinforced material there as well, just to add to the durability of those eyelets so you don't have to worry about your laces ripping out or anything along those lines. So I think they did a terrific job with that as well. Now let's take a look at the tongue. And normally I don't spend a ton of time on the tongue. It's usually not a very remarkable piece of a shoe, but it is very important. And in this case, they did a terrific job here. So just take a look at this. They have a little bit of padding that runs up the center and kind of flares out almost into a wing style. But then they have that mesh material on the sides of the tongue that allow that air to continue to flow, keeping your feet cool while you run. They have also some additional perforations in the tongue itself just to add to that airflow. And of course, they have a place for your laces to slip through. It's not a gusseted tongue, but with that loop that you slide your laces through, I think they did a fine job in keeping the tongue in place so it didn't migrate when I was out running. Now let's take a look at the insole of the shoe. Now, I don't always talk about insoles of shoes, but with racing shoes, sometimes they don't have a removable insole, but these do. And why that's important to me is, sometimes they get dirty and you just want to be able to take them out, wash them. Sometimes you need to replace them just to add a little comfort to the shoe. You have that ability. So I do appreciate that. And again, it's the little things like the attention to detail that they spend on that tongue, as well as having that removable insole, that I think just adds to the value of the shoe as a runner, and as well as its versatility to runners too. So now let's take a look at the heel counter of the shoe. And they have a little bit of structure here, but not a ton. I think it's plenty. It's adequate, especially for a racing shoe. Oftentimes there's zero structure in that heel counter area, but these have just enough. I think they got it right. I think it's very comfortable. I felt like my heel was plenty secure in these shoes. I didn't have a lot of heel slippage, so kudos to New Balance. I think they did a good job with that as well. Now let's take a look at the midsole of the shoe, and they've got their FuelCell foam, which is really the magic of the shoe, that has a carbon fiber plate that runs full length of the midsole. And it has a 36 millimeter stack height in the heel and a 26 millimeter stack height in the forefoot for that 10 millimeter drop. It has a ton of spring to it. I wouldn't describe it as bounce. It really is more of a spring type feeling. And you add that in with a carbon fiber plate, which flexes as soon as you put some weight on it. So it's not the kind of carbon fiber plated shoe that you have to get right up on your forefoot to bend, because traditionally, for me anyway, or historically, I should say for me anyway, when I got to get up on my forefoot for any real length of time, it's difficult for me to maintain that kind of running posture. This shoe, I think, fits a midfoot heel striker or a midfoot striker like myself a lot better than some of the other carbon plated racing shoes that are out there, where you really need to get up on your toes to get the benefit. I felt like there was lots of energy return, very, very comfortable, feeling underfoot, lots of cushion. And if you're a heel striker, there's lots of cushion in that heel. So I think this shoe is going to appeal to a lot of runners who are looking for a carbon-plated racing shoe. And just along those lines too, this shoe is versatile enough and it's light enough. It comes in at 7 ounces. Now, they didn't have a stated weight on New Balance's website, so I put it on my scales. And again, it came in at 7 ounces or 198 grams. So it's a pretty lightweight shoe. I think it's an excellent weight for a racing shoe, but it's versatile enough that if you wanted to take it on, say, a 5K, now it was designed for half marathon and marathoners alike, but I think you could race a 5K, 10K in this shoe. I think it has that ability and comfort and speed that you're going to be looking for on race day. Now let's flip it over and we'll take a look at that outsole. And they did a really good job here as well. They've got lots of these little rubber pads, if you will, or lugs that help cover up that exposed foam. And they go all the way back really quite far into that midfoot area up to the toe. And then they've got that rubberized material around the heel area. So really in all of the strategic places that they should have rubber to protect that foam from wear and tear as you're out and running and doing your workouts. So they did an excellent job here, and it has a lot of traction. Those lugs are fairly good size for a racing shoe, and that can be important. Sometimes when I'm out, when I'm doing a half marathon race, for example, they're not only on pavement, but oftentimes they'll go off into dirt roads or trails and that type of thing. So it's nice to have, a racing shoe option that can keep you secure to the road under those types of conditions. And it's been in more than one occasion when I've showed up for a race, and of course it's been raining. So, you do have slippery roads to attend to that you have to pay attention to anyway from time to time. You don't have control over the weather, but they're not going to necessarily postpone a race because it's raining. So in this case, I think you'd be well equipped and you'd feel safe when you're out running. Hey, I enjoyed running in these shoes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.